Hope Solo's been a bad girl. I will not hear any more proselytizing from this a drunken old lady. Okay, when it comes to the not the age gap, but the wage gap, and how female soccer players deserve just as much, if not more, pay than their male counterparts. Okay, considering the fact that she got caught up on a DWI and she got sentenced to 30 days in prison. And how long did she spend in jail? Survey says 0. Now we got bodycam footage, and we also got a little bit more insight as to the March 2022 DUI, and well, figured out that she wasn't alone in the vehicle at that time. It gets worse, but let's get into it. I took a nap. New police body cam shows moments dazed ex-soccer star Hope Solo is yanked from her car and arrested for DWI after being found passed out in a Walmart parking lot with her 2-year-old twins in the back. Yep, getting fucking loaded, taking the kids along for a little drive because mommy needs to calm down a little bit. New footage released today shows the moment Hope Solo was yanked from her car by police on the night of her DWI. Sorry, I need to get it correct. What's the difference? Driving under the influence, driving while intoxicated. I think DWI sounds worse, but can't quite figure it out. Anyways, after she passed out behind the wheel with her 2-year-old twins in the back, Solo, 41, was arrested on March 31st after being discovered in her car in a Winston-Salem, North Carolina Walmart parking lot. This sound, outside of the fact that she is a quasi-celebrity, like how famous are female athletes? Anyways, this just sounds like something that could be happening just about any other day of the week. But you also have somebody as self-righteous as Hope Solo. We gotta talk about it. Her 2-year-old twins, Lozen and Vittorio. Okay. We're in the backseat of the car and the engine was still running. I just passed out. You don't know how that vodka was gonna hit. I didn't want to be irresponsible, officer. The ex-United States women's national team goalkeeper was later convicted and hit with a 30-day prison sentence, which she did not have to serve because of the month she spent in rehab following the incident. So she got deferred adjudication. She was like, okay, you can go spend 30 days in the pen, or you can go to a nice comfy rehab somewhere down in Florida if you'd like to. And go make some new friends there. Share interesting drink mix recipes. She describes the night as the biggest mistake of my life. Yeah, because you know what? Hey, man. I don't wish anything, okay? And I'm not hoping, well, no pun intended, that anything like this would happen. But you had your kids in the back, and you were fucking drunk. You could not be any less responsible if you tried. It's amazing. The video from the night, published today by Queen City News, shows a police officer knocking on the driver's window of the car before a startled Solo responds, oh my god. She is asked, hi, can you open the door for me? Are you okay? People were kind of concerned, you guys. We're out here sleeping and I wanted to make sure that you were okay. Okay, this is the police officer. Solo claims she had pulled over and claims her stop was, because I took a nap. Yeah, with a mask on. With your engine running, with your kids in the backseat. When asked how much he had to drink, the World Cup winner and 2-time Olympic gold medalist says, it's okay if before trailing off. Oh, wow. Bitch is fucking hammered. She later responds to the same question. I'm perfectly fine, thank you, sir. Adding that she has zero alcohol while scrolling through her phone. I don't have to talk to you. Do you see? I am the right here. I am a white woman with a mask. I don't have to talk to you because you're being really rude to me. What's your badge number? I need to phone it in right now. I was just trying to take a nap because I'm so fucking tired from driving. Yeah, I mean, I pulled over in a Walmart parking lot to take a nap. I have no idea why he's here, but hang on, Solo says, speaking into her phone to her cuck husband. I would assume, but not too sure. Holy, if those are the eyes staring back at you, it's like, okay, either she's just been out sucking dick for meth, or she's just put down a handle. One of those two things seem incredibly plausible. But there she is with her kids, and hey man, no shade against the kids, okay? Honestly, it's like they didn't do anything in this situation. They didn't get asked to get put up in this fucking spot, but there's that, I don't know, kind of scuff Andrew Tate looking motherfucker that she's, stepping out and endangering his kids. Who is this fucking loser? So, two twins with former Seattle Seahawks tight end Jeremy Stevens. Oh, sorry to hear about that. She didn't take your last name. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. But at least you can say you aren't the biggest former Seattle Seahawks cuckold that's out there. That title is firmly secured by Russell Wilson. He's the stepdaddy to fucking Future's kid. Whew, I couldn't imagine holding a bigger L than that. She is later pulled from the car while her 2-year-old twins cry in the backseat. This is like, yeah, how do you know any better? It's like these guys just rolled up on your mom and then just decided to pull her drunken ass out of the vehicle. How do you even know any different? Honestly, if she's going to be driving drunk, chances are she's probably drinking around the kids a lot. And that's not a good look. That is never a good look. Solo is later handcuffed after continuing to tell the officer she was simply napping and declined to submit to tests. Well, if you're slurring, if you're trailing off, either you've had put a few down or you're running for president on the Democratic ticket. According to the arrest warrant about the March incident, a passerby noticed Solo passed out behind the steering wheel for more than an hour. I just pulled over for a nap. A nap if you're tired, if you've been driving all night, and hey man, in my previous line of work, I had to drive some laborious hours in some terrifying situations, okay? Snowstorms, horrific winds with a pallet full of goods on the back, just gripping the wheel of a half-ton single cab and just hoping and praying that I wouldn't die for $17 an hour. It was one of those things where we were constantly told if you're feeling under the weather, if you're having a tough time keeping your eyes closed or anything like that, just pull over for 20 minutes. Like, that's just regular defensive driving stuff that's out there. Pulling over in a parking lot for about an hour, yeah, you're sauced and you're trying to sleep it off. I understand, okay? A responding officer could smell alcohol, and the warrant said Solo refused a field sobriety test. Which is, if you're trying to shake a DUI, so that's the way that you do it, and then you just try to fight it in court on technicalities. Not condoning that behavior, I'm just saying that's the way that stuff works. Thankfully, I'll never find myself in that situation. Never drank or done a drug in my entire life. Not something that, want to make about myself, and just not trying to be holier than thou either. I'm just saying, man, don't be doing that shit. Don't be driving drunk, okay? You don't want to sound like anybody's mom here for a moment, but just, plan ahead if you're going to be partying, especially if you have kids in the back seat. Solo is widely considered to be one of the greatest female goalkeepers in history, but she's not that good at blocking police officers. It's tough shit. Lives with former NFL star husband, okay, Jeremy Stevens, and twins of Vittorio Genghis. Sorry, what? You named your kid after Genghis Khan? Alright, you get a couple of base points back for that. And Lorenza Oriana Judith Stevens should have a longer name. In the town of Roaring Gap. I'm sure it's very nice, very affluent. Following the March incident, the former soccer star decided to postpone her Hall of Fame induction ceremony because they had a 2-drink minimum and she's got to keep up appearances. I have contacted the Hall of Fame and respectfully requested a postponement of my Hall of Fame induction ceremony to 2023. And they're like, yeah, no, that's fine. Nobody was showing up anyways. I will be voluntarily entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program to address my challenges with alcohol. Solo was taken to the magistrate's office where she refused to take a breathalyzer because she knew how fucked she was. I can already read ahead just a little bit. So the police got a search warrant for a blood sample, which is something that you can do within a matter of minutes, okay? Try to delay it for as long as possible, and hopefully by the time that they have the opportunity to test the blood after they get the search warrant, it's hopefully gone through the system, and then after that, you just got to pray that none of the machines have been calibrated in a timely manner up to, the correct standards, and hopefully you spend a good amount of money on a DUI lawyer. And like I said, don't condone that. That's just the way it is, okay? Solo had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.24%, 3 times the legal limit. This lady was sauced, especially, just think about this, okay? She was sleeping it off, okay, by reports. At least an hour in the parking lot with the engine running. Like, how drunk was she? Tests also show that Solo had THC in her system, according to a police report. Yeah, she was out partying with her kids. Interesting. I will not be taking any moral lectures from Hope Solo anytime soon, okay? Not like I would have listened to her to begin with. She was eventually hit with 3 charges in the case and didn't spend a fucking day in jail. Can you believe it? Actually, I can. Driving while impaired, resisting a public officer, and misdemeanor child abuse. Yeah, no, that's for true. She pleaded guilty to DWI in exchange. Her other 2 charges were dismissed. Yeah, no, resisting a police officer. She was non-responsive to the instruction to please step out of the vehicle. I would imagine that's probably what the exchange showed. And misdemeanor child abuse. Well, they're her kids, and she wasn't directly inflicting them with any violence, even though there was the capacity and ability for that such action to happen. You can understand why those ones got taken off. I don't necessarily appreciate that, but that's just the way it is, man. She's famous. She's a woman. There's going to be just a different standard of justice for her. That's just the fucking way it is. The case was later dismissed after prosecution witnesses declined to testify against her. Ooh, that's another interesting one, because that's just like a slam dunk case, right? But again, she is, that person right there. She is a Gold Glove winning, multiple time world champion. One of the best to ever do it, and I'm just talking about her bar performance. Solo also was unceremoniously kicked out of the national team in 2016 after she was dismissed during the Brazil Olympics for calling the Swedish team cowards for taking a defensive stance against the defending gold medalist, ending a laudable playing career that was also mired in controversy. Yeah, buddy, now we can get into some of the weeds on this one. While you just think that, wow, you just hate women. No, there's backup on this, because we've talked about Megan Rapinoe a couple of different times, especially, during her more salacious outbursts during Tokyo 2021, whenever the Summer Olympics ended up taking place, right? And how that team just absolutely fucking floundered out of the blocks. I think they ended up, recouping and winning bronze or some shit like that. And then she ended up, getting a board position with Victoria's Secret, and then take a look at their stocks. They're in worse shape than Twitter stocks. Just saying. She was suspended for 30 days. Oh, did she have to go to a rehab for that? In early 2015, after she and her husband were pulled over in a U.S. soccer-owned van, and Stevens was charged with a DUI. Huh, interesting. I guess it runs in the family, but there's a history there. And she got a pretty sweet plea deal. Interesting. She was also benched after publicly questioning Coach Greg Ryan's decision to start Brianna Scurry. Oh, it's because he was afraid of her. Get it? Her last name's Scurry. I'll see myself out. Against Brazil during the 2007 World Cup, comments many saw as a slight against Scurry. Solo made 202 appearances for the national team with 153 wins and an international record, 102 shutouts. That's women's soccer. Oh man, most of those scores just end 1-0, or they just end up going through on penalty kicks. Like, come on now. She won a World Cup title and 2 Olympic gold medals with the team during the 2015 World Cup championship run. She allowed just 3 goals in 7 games with 5 shutouts. Hey, congratulations. She had 1 terrible game, 1 average game, and 5 games she faced, 2 shots. Anyways, she was elected to the U.S. Soccer Hall of Fame, and yeah, she'll get inducted the same time she gets cleaned, and then, I don't know. I'm sure we'll have to rehash this story again after she gets pulled over, because, I don't know, celebrations stretched on into the middle of the night. I'm sure. Now, hopefully she gets the help that she needs. Overcoming vices is tough and all that stuff, but she's still a terrible person. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.